Hey there, everybody. Hey there, Graham.
Hi, Bashir. Hi, everybody.
Graham, I was hoping you could help us out with a challenge which I feel comes up all the time when I'm playing, and I imagine other people might see this as well. I end up in a contract, I think it's the right contract, and it's a suit contract. And then when partner's hand comes down, I realize we're missing two of the honors. So we're where we should end up, but how should we play through a hand where we're missing a couple of the honors? Any tips you could give us? This was a hand that just came up naturally over at Skybridge Club. I was just playing the daily hands. And again, I feel like I end up in this situation all the time. So looking at this hand, anything we could apply to other ones would be great.
And what's the contract, Bashir?
Contract is 4 hearts, yep. And we're declarer. And so right after that lead, we see partner Norse hand come down.
Okay. So there's a obviously we've got 2 clubs to lose. There's no way to avoid losing those 2 club tricks. Diamonds are okay. Spades, okay. We've still got a bit of work to do in the spade suit because we've got ace, king, 8, 6 of spades to deal with. So we're going to have. There's a bit of work, but let's just ignore all those side issues and just focus for a second just on the trump suit.
Okay.
How can you play the trump suit to? You can only afford to lose 1 trick, right? Go with 2 clubs, so we can only afford to lose 1 heart trick. That's the question you're asking, I think. So how do we play that heart suit? Well, some people might be tempted to play the Queen of Hearts from the south hand. That's not good because imagine you play the Queen of Hearts and West plays small and then North plays small. If East has got the king, that will just lose to the king. So it'll go Queen, small, small, king. That doesn't do you any good whatsoever.
And we wouldn't gain anything. It doesn't set up anything for us either.
That's right. And if West has got the King of Hearts, that's not going to do us any good either because when we play the Queen of Hearts, West is going to play the king, covering the Queen with the king. That'll force us to use the ace. So we're only going to get that ace of hearts, which we would have got anyway. So it's no good playing the Queen of Hearts from the south hand.
Right.
We need to play towards the Queen of Hearts. So we play the 2 of hearts from the table and hope that East has got the King of Hearts.
That's the best we can do.
That's the best we can do. There's no way we can avoid losing 1 heart trick.
Right.
So let's try this. We'll see what happens, and we can talk through when we get to the situation. So let's play.
And real fast, before continuing, are we assuming that they're going to start with 2 rounds of clubs? I guess we can see what they'll do.
I guess that they probably will, but we might get lucky.
Okay.
Good.
What does that give us any new information? Why would East win with the king on top of the queen?
I don't know. Maybe he's only got 2 clubs left. I'm not sure. We kind of know that East has got the ace of clubs anyway because West led the queen.
Okay.
So, but that's fine. So let's play the King of Spades or the Ace of Spades. Now, we better just rough 1 spade while we... actually, what we could do now is we could actually play 3 rounds of diamonds, pitching our losing club. But let's not... There's so many different ways to play this hand. Let's just focus on one thing. Let's just focus on the trump suit for a second.
Right.
Okay. So let's play this. Let's play the 6 of spades just to get rid of one of those trumps, just to be sure. So we'll play the 6 of spades.
And we're doing this so that we can rough it and then to be able to cross back towards the queen.
Well, we're just basically we want to rough that spade. We want to get rid of that losing spade as fast as we can. Okay, now let's play the ace of hearts.
Play that first. So why should we play this first before we cross to the queen?
Just in case that West has got the singleton king of hearts.
Aha.
So we've got just a slight chance that the king drops. And let's play the 9 of hearts.
And here we
Right.
just cross our fingers. And
Don't play anything yet, because I want to show you something.
sure.
So we're going to need the hearts to break 3-2. If East has got 2 more hearts, then there's no way we can avoid losing 2 hearts. So we need one person to have the king of. We need one person to have 3 hearts, and we need one person to have 2 hearts.
Right.
Okay. We know that East has got at least 2 hearts because she's followed suit twice. Imagine that West started with 3 hearts. Imagine that West has got the remaining 2 hearts. Which hearts would they be? Do you remember?
Gosh, so that would be, we could figure it out. So, right, so if East had 2, started with 2, it would be the 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
That means West would have the king, jack, 2, 3.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if West did start with 3, king, jack, and another one,
king, jack, 2 or 3, yeah.
We're doomed, right? If West has got the king, jack sitting over our queen, there's nothing we can do.
Right.
Now, if that happens, bad luck. I mean, that's fine. The contract was fine.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it. But we're going to be doomed if West has got the king, jack. So the only way we're going to make this hand is if West started with 2 hearts and East started with 3 hearts. Okay, we need East to start with 3 and we need West to start with 2. Now, if West has got 2 hearts, if one of those hearts is the king, if West started with the doubleton king of hearts, we can just play low here and West will win the king of hearts. And then
the
later
king would have to come out, right?
On the other hand, if East has got the king of hearts, then we need to play the queen here. Right? So what are we going to do? Are we going to play a low heart and hope that West has only got the king left? Or are we going to play the queen of hearts and hope that East started with king, 8, and another one? Which is the most likely?
There's the $1 million question.
I got a pack of cards here. Hang on a second. I'm going to show you something.
Oh, I love it when you pull out real cards.
So we need the hearts to be 3 and 2. And we need East to have 3 and we need West to have 2. That's what we need.
Right.
Okay. That's it. If West started with 3, we're stonkered. If East started with 4, we're stonkered. So we need 3 and 2. So I've got the king of hearts here.
There it is.
Some other cards. Doesn't matter. Just 4 other cards. I've got the king. I'm going to shuffle them up. And I've got one pile of cards. Hang on, I can't figure out how my camera works now. I've got one pile of cards with 3. I've got a pile of 3 and I've got a pile of 2. Actually, let me put them over this way because that kind of is closer to what you see.
That's what we're hoping for.
I've got a pile of 3 over here. And I've got a pile of 2 here.
Yeah.
Where's the king more likely to be?
Well, if I had to make a bet, I would say in the pile of 3.
Right. Okay. That's it. Okay. So let's come back to the hand. So we don't know that East has got 3 hearts. We don't know that East started with 3 hearts, but we have to assume that East started with 3 hearts. Because if West started with 3 hearts, we're going to go down.
Anyway, right.
Right. So we just assume that East has got 3 hearts and West has got 2 hearts. And if East has got 3 and West has got 2, who's more likely to have the king?
Well, if it breaks, if East has 3 and West has 2, which is the only thing we can hope for, then it's more likely that East would have the king. So
Right.
it feels like that scene in Princess Bride, but I'm about to just the Wallace Shawn. Well, precisely. So we're going to play the queen.
I'm so lost with what you were talking about.
I'm sorry. Someone out there will know. I hope so. It was a horrible impression, but someone will know. Okay.
Yeah, let's try it. Okay, we're down. We played it the right way. So that's life. And in fact, we still might make this contract. We might get a bit lucky here. Let's just carry on and play this.
But even without the other opportunity to make the contract, we might go down in this contract. It's still, we might have bid it properly and we might have played it properly. We could still go down. But thinking about, like what I'm hearing from you is first recognizing what we can control and what we can't control. And in this instance, if West had 3, there is nothing we could do to prevent West winning 2 tricks in the trump suit. So we have to focus on what we can control, which is, well, if East has 3, then how will we play it? And in that instance, it means, all right, let's hope that East had the king. So playing the queen is our best chance.
Right. And look, if it turns out that West had the Doubleton king, with only Doubleton king means just 2 cards with the king in it. That's what West had, and it turns out that we could have made the contract by playing low on the second round. Very important. That doesn't mean that we played the hand wrong. Bridge is a game of percentages, and you just got to keep doing the right thing again and again and again. And in the long run, you're going to be better off. You're going to make this contract 3 times out of 5. The 3 times has got the king. You're going to go down 2 times out of 5. If you always play ace of hearts low, 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 you're only going to make the contract 2 times out of 5.
It's so helpful to remember that. And for all of us learners, when we see the results after any hand we play, and we see people who made the contract or scored better than we did, got an extra trick, that doesn't necessarily mean that they did something right and we did something wrong.
Right. That's quite right. And I can tell you, sometimes you're playing a hand and you'll know you've played the hand the right way. You just know you've played the suit combination correctly. And you know that a lot of people are going to play the suit combination incorrectly. So you play correctly. And it turns out that the incorrect line works. So all these people are making their contract when they've taken a bad line. And all you can do is go, oh.
Well, one quick edit. I think I could say, you know that, and I don't. And I imagine us learners, that's where we want to get to. We want to get to that confidence in having faith, being able to trust the way that we're playing the hands rather than judging everything based on the results of any particular hand.
You do. That's totally right. Totally right. You want to forget about the results and go for the long-term things. And Bashir, I'm really glad you talked about this hand, because I think it's extremely important. If you study this hand and think about the things we've been talking about, lay those cards out on the table. Get a real pack of cards. Lay them out. If you study that situation in a month and 2 months and 6 months, you will be such a great bridge player. Your bridge will improve dramatically if you work on your card play skills and thinking about hands like this. If you sit there, if you go to, learn about Stayman and transfers and Blackwood and Roman Keycard Blackwood and blah, there's no future in that. You've got to understand the cards. That's how to progress. So good example.
It's inspiring. All right, fellow learners, we can do this.
Go.
All right.
Yes,
All
we
right,
can.
All right, thank you, Graham. Thank you, everyone. There was so much else to talk about with that hand, but let's just keep it focused on that initial question, which we talked about. And
Right.
so to everyone, if you play a hand related to this topic, please send it in. Maybe we could do a follow-up on it. So look for these combos, these distributions, and these ideas. And if you find something related to it, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Perfect.
Thanks, Graham.